What's going on, Switch leaders? Hey, as always, thank you for watching this video update to talk about what's happening at Switch this week, how you can come prepared, and so that you can look forward to what God is doing in and through our ministry. And man, it's been a special couple of weeks, and the weeks ahead are also going to be really memorable. Hopefully creating moments for students to continue to seek God's presence, to feel his presence, and then to follow his word. I love the brand new series that we're in, Tearing Down the Idols, and that leads us into this week. Now, before I get into this week, I do want to acknowledge something you may or may not know about. At one of our schools at North Rock Creek, there was a student in 9th grade that had death by suicide this weekend on Saturday, and a lot of our students have been impacted. In fact, I've been there all day long processing with students, talking with them. He wasn't a student that came to Switch, but had every one of his friend group came to Switch. And so to process that with them today was really challenging, and they're wrestling through a lot. And I want to give you that heads up because whenever another student hears about suicide, it impacts all of us in different ways. And it is something we're going to acknowledge at Switch appropriately. And linked in the link tree that's being sent to you along with this video is a document I would really encourage you to look through and look over, talking about suicide, how to talk to students about suicide, what you need to know, kind of some data behind it, but also scripture that supports how we want to approach it and what God says about it, and what he says about what our response should be when anyone is brokenhearted. And so I just want to give you that heads up going into this week. There's probably going to be some weighty conversations that are happening, and I want to always give you a heads up that that will happen or could happen. And so that document, like I said, will be listed in the link tree, highlighted specifically just going into this week. We do have a student team teach this week, which means that a student will actually be leading the message, the live speak. It's going to be incredible. If you'll be praying for him, he's going to do a fantastic job. We have a student leading worship this week, student doing the 300 before the message. It is student takeover, and really we have student takeover every single week at Switch, but this just highlights what God is doing in and through our students. And for every one of those students, man, if you high five them, tell them that you're proud of them, I know that will mean the world. And it's going to be a special night as we're continuing in this series talking about idols, specifically with the idol of self this week, which is going to be so special to hear a student talk about wrestling with that idol. And then that leads us into next week, which is Switch Senior Night. Attached also in this text that you got is a form that if you have a student who is a senior, please share it with them. We want to honor them next week, have some special plans of what that can look like and what that will be. And we'll update you more next Monday about that. But really just want to let you guys know that those are all the things that are happening. I'm appreciative of the way that you come prepared and you come to be a vessel of Jesus every single week. Because when you show up and when you are consistent, it changes so much of the atmosphere for our students to walk in and see the life that you have and the way that you lead your life and put your eyes on Jesus. It is an example worth following. And so your consistency, no matter where you're at, it matters to be here on Wednesday night. And this Wednesday is going to be really special, a night you don't want to miss, and you should be texting your students about, getting ready for, praying up for, because God's going to move in a powerful way. Love you guys. Peace.